first-degree murder.
Well, happening now, investigators are still looking for a motive in the assassination of political activist Charlie Kirk. Authorities say 22-year-old Tyler Robinson shot Kirk last week at a Utah Valley University. After a days-long manhunt, he was found and turned in. Kirk's death now sparking controversy across the country. Investigators say Robinson is not cooperating in the investigation.
Now, 7 weather with meteorologist Erica Delgado.
All right, Jeff, early this morning, we started off in the mid-70s for our mainland areas, but look at areas like Gainesville and Tallahassee starting off in the mid to upper 50s this morning, low 60s in Jacksonville. As we work our way through the day, we'll notice that warming, but right now, northern sections of the state in the mid-70s, Tallahassee 76, as well as in Jacksonville 79, in Gainesville, starting to see some lower 80s near the Tampa Bay area. 79 Orlando, we're in the mid-80s for our mainland where we have been dry, same as the Key West area, 79 rain-cool degrees in Marathon. We still have storms surrounding the Florida Keys. Broward, you're in the clear. Miami-Dade, we're watching this activity from the Keys because some of that is drifting northeast and now beginning to skirt southern Miami-Dade. Upper Keys, you're still in the thick of it, and we have some thunderstorms sitting just to the north of Marathon there, some of that providing some cooler temperatures because of it. We have showers and storms that will develop later this afternoon across our mainland areas, still for the Florida Keys as well. Not as widespread as last week, but we will see them this afternoon once again. Highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Similar setup on Tuesday, but then we turn wetter as last week's front begins to lift back north across South Florida. That will be through Friday. That's your 7 on 10 forecast.
All right, Erica, next on Today in Florida.
An activist attacked at the Pulse Memorial in Orlando, and it was all caught on camera. We got the story coming up next.
7 News online all the time. Just tap the free WSVN app. Be in the know, on the go. Sponsored by Paul Baines Roofing.
An important message for Americans age 50 to 85.
Oh my gosh, you're still using Mom's old coffee pot.
It's my inheritance.
Well, it is a family heirloom.
You know what? The kids can just sell it to pay for my funeral.
It's a good thing you have life insurance.
Life insurance with our family history.
Don't you know about Colonial Penn? It's guaranteed acceptance, whole life insurance with no medical questions asked.
I'm on a fixed income.
Who isn't?
You have it?
We all do. John, Maria, even Paul with all of his medical problems.
Colonial Penn.
That's right. Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. As you get older, your health may change, and we don't think it should keep you from getting life insurance. That's why we guarantee acceptance to everyone ages 50 to 85. Acceptance is guaranteed because full benefits are not paid in the first 2 years. You cannot be turned down due to your health. Applying is easy, and you have your choice of options starting at $9.95 a month, and your price will never go up. A lifetime rate lock guarantees it. This protection can last a lifetime, too. Some insurance policies end once you reach a certain age. Not this one. Pay your bill, and it's yours to keep for as long as you'd like.
How did you apply?
Called for information, got an application, filled it out, sent it back. It took a few minutes. And look at this. They sent me this free beneficiary planner just for calling. I filled in all my important information and final wishes. Now my kids will have everything they need in one place.
Ready to learn more? Call for free information and your free gift. There's no obligation. Every policy we issue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. Why wait? Call now.
Call 1-800-862-8600 for your free information and your free beneficiary planner. That's 1-800-862-8600. There's no obligation. 1-800-862-8600. Call now.
MLG has won over $1 billion for their clients, and they're not even gone!
Welcome back, everyone. We take you to Central Florida now. A moment that was meant to honor and unite quickly turns into chaos. An activist who regularly leaves peaceful messages near the Pulse nightclub memorial was suddenly attacked just a few feet away.
And it was all on camera. 7's Lorena Estrada.
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there. Behind his seat. And leave a comment below. This is a make or break season. He's got to make Good morning, good morning, good morning, you beautiful people out there. Holy shit, what was going on my live stream? I don't even know. We're just getting started. But let me tell you something. Because we're behind, we're going to get to it right now. Charlie Kirk shooter, was he a Republican? Was he a Democrat? In the chat, let me know right now. As we reach 100 people in the countdown, we're getting ready to rock and roll. Welcome back, people, to the Brandon Mason Show. And let me tell you, there's a lot going on, and people are like, holy shit, what was going on the live stream? We started the live stream. I said, Charlie Kirk, oh boy, the shooter. There are some experiences out there. There's some conversations. There's some secrets we're going to expose today. We're talking about, was he a political advocate of a Republican, a Democrat? Who was he dating? Trans out there. Was that something? By the way, we're going to show love to everybody on our lives. We want you guys to know that. And we're going to have a trans on the show, and they're going to communicate with us and let us know a lot of things behind the scenes that we may or may not know, people. So we're going to keep it right and keep it left in the building. No point intended. If you're in the chat right now, how are you feeling? I hope the live stream is working because I'm taking a look at some stuff. I see flashing things happening all the time. It's telling me it's working good, and then it's telling me it's not working good. So if you guys are in the live stream now, we're getting ready to take a peek at some of these clips right now. If you guys hear me okay, put a Y in the chat right now. As we get ready to expose some of these things right now. If you're watching live for the first time, smack that like button right now and subscribe. As we're already over 200 people in the building.
New subscriber.
Make some noise!
Right, I'm back in the building right now. Let me show these clips. Let me get to it right now. If you're watching live, take a look at what we're talking about right now, people. Let's take a look real quick.
George, that suspect is now an inmate in that jail behind me, and the DA says they hope to have those murder charges ready by tomorrow, but they are sifting through a mountain of evidence, including his cell phone and his online presence, something the governor of Utah says shows how deeply embedded the suspect was in the online meme and video game culture, a place he calls the deep, dark internet.
This morning, authorities in Utah are poring over what they call a mountain of evidence against 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, the man authorities say fired that single fatal shot, killing Charlie Kirk. The district attorney saying they hope to file charges by tomorrow, but authorities say they're receiving little help from the suspect, who turned himself in Thursday.
He's not cooperating, but all the people around him are cooperating.
Utah's governor saying they have interviewed Robinson's roommate, with whom they say he was romantically involved. Authorities say it was his own father who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office after seeing those grainy pictures that were shared with the public. And according to the New York Times, those images were also recognized by acquaintances of the suspect in a group chat on a messaging app. Several of the group members apparently joking with the alleged shooter about how he resembled the person in the photos. The messages described by the Times reportedly show one user tagging the suspect's username and asking, "Where are you at?" with a skull emoji. Suspect quickly responding that the man in the picture was his doppelganger and that people were trying to get him in trouble. Law enforcement is now reviewing this video obtained by TMZ, which appears to show the suspect walking towards campus at 8:07 a.m. In another video obtained by TMZ is a man appearing to match the description of the alleged shooter. Police say he appears to walk with a stiff right leg. Law enforcement sources telling us they believe he was hiding his long gun underneath his clothing. Hours later, as Charlie Kirk fired up the crowd, tossing out hats, authorities say the suspect made his way to the roof of a building about 175 yards from the stage and waited out of sight. At 12:22 p.m., investigators say the alleged shooter sprang into that sniper position. A minute later, at 12:23 p.m., Kirk began answering a question about gun violence.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
The suspect taking that single shot and then dropping off the roof. And this morning, tributes are pouring in for Kirk, who turned out millions of young voters for President Trump's re-election campaign, and whose ultra-conservative views earned him a massive online following, as well as many detractors. Overnight, lawmakers honoring Kirk at the Kennedy Center in Washington. Charlie Kirk's widow speaking out for the first time over the weekend, holding back tears for the 31-year-old husband and the father of her children.
I will never, ever have the words to describe the loss that I feel in my heart.
And the funeral and memorial for Charlie Kirk is now set for this coming Sunday at State Farm Stadium just outside Phoenix. That's where the Arizona Cardinals play. It's got a capacity of 70,000 people.
You're watching live in the building right now. I know there's some technical issues going on as we expand our show. Thousands of people are trying to come in here. We're working on a way better situation. Obviously, it is getting a little crazy in here with the amount of people, the amount of traffic. I do understand the buffering. So I'm going to show you some shit right now. If you're in the building right now, shout out to you hanging out with us during all the crazy shit going on. In the chat right now, was the shooter a Republican or was he a Democrat? Let me know how you're feeling. I got to know how you're feeling. Was Tyler Robinson the shooter of Charlie Kirk? Was he Republican or was he Democrat? I'm going to show you a lot of crazy videos today, a lot of things that people aren't showing, which is why some of our stuff sometimes will stop and they put a hold on it, but we're not going to hold back. We're going to tell you the reality of what's going on. If you're watching live in the building right now, double tap your screens and show some love right now. Let me tell you something. If we get to 500 likes next 30 seconds, I'll give a lucky person $1,000 in the chat. And I greatly appreciate you during the buffering and the crazy shit that's going on, that you guys are riding high with me right here, staying in the building as we reach 1,000 people. Everybody in the building right now, let me say it again. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. So let's go over some of these secrets right now I want to go into, people, that you guys probably haven't seen. Take a look at this clip.
They were. Yeah, he was walking with him.
Were they holding hands?
Yeah, they were. So, yeah, they drove off in his car, the Dodge Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them. So
Okay, how long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they looked like they were couples?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Yeah, definitely.
And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked and just the way I've seen him. I've never seen really anybody dressed all in black with a mask on, and I thought that was just quite weird. I would have tried to stop him if I knew it was him, like before. I definitely do not like the fact that he was living close to me, especially.
And again, I apologize. I know we're buffering here in the building. If you're watching live in the damn chat right now, I know we're fixing the internet. I know there's some things going on right here. Stay right there as we're working on getting that fixed, and smack that damn like button if you're in attendance today, because there's thousands of people trying to pour into the chat right now. I got a lot of clips for you to see. And I want to be respectful as possible to people that are coming to the chat. I'm respectful to people in here that are coming in that are gay, straight, trans, because we are not, in no way, shape, or form hating on people in the chat right now. We want to bring you the amount of information the proper way and show love to everybody. If they're good people, we appreciate them. So that's not the problem. The problem is right now, I'm asking you guys in the chat, do you think Charlie Kirk being a transgender, Charlie Kirk's shooter dating a transgender? Apologize, got a lot on my mind right now. A lot of shit going on with the crazy internet malfunction, so I got to say this properly. Let me rewind again. Okay, do you think there's a problem with Charlie Kirk's shooter dating a transgender? Was that something that was going on that was an issue? Shout out to the 1,200 people in the building right now. Make some noise! I got to make sure I say this shit correctly, because you know if I screw up, people will let you have it, and I'm not trying to go on that road. I'm trying to be respectful as possible. I want you guys to understand, so we're going to have a transgender on the show, and I want you guys to understand that we're going to call them in live. That's why we're checking all this. Shout out to the 1,200 people in the building right now as we're going over this. I'm going to show this clip one more time because it was buffering during these stages. Take a look at this clip. Do you think, in the chat, that he was a Republican or was he a Democrat? Take a look.
They were. Yeah, he was walking with him.
Were they holding hands?
Yeah, they were. So, yeah, they drove off in his car, the Dodge Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them. So
Okay, how long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they looked like they were couples?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Yeah, definitely.
And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked and just the way I've seen him. I've never seen really anybody dressed all in black with a mask on, and I thought that was just quite weird. I would have tried to stop him if I knew it was him, like before. I definitely do not like the fact that he was living close to me, especially.
So obviously, this guy's like, hey, I don't like the fact that he was living close to me. And again, I apologize. If you're watching live right now, you know we've been doing some buffering, some crazy shit in the chat right now. We were pushing 3,000 to 4,000 people in the live stream, and the internet malfunction's going crazy. So I'm being respectful. I appreciate you guys coming here today. I got a lot of clips I want to show you. So as it gets ready to level out and fix the internet malfunction right here, I greatly appreciate you guys in attendance right now. Smack that like button and subscribe. If you're new to the chat right now, put first time. I got a lot to get out this morning. I know a lot of people are saying, I see in the chat, take a breath. I can't because I'm 10 to 11 here today, and I got to try to hurry up and get a lot out in the building right now. I know there's a lot of things I want to show you. Let's take a look at this clip real quick right here. This is important to watch. Take a look.
Charlie Kirk's casket arrived in Phoenix yesterday evening aboard Air Force Two. That is the aircraft of Vice President J.D. Vance. The vice president was a close friend of Kirk. Also on board were Kirk's widow, Erica, and J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, who held hands as they exited the aircraft. Kirk's body was then loaded onto a hearse, which received a police escort as it made its way across the city.
President Trump confirms he will attend Charlie Kirk's funeral and that he has spoken with Kirk's wife, Erica, who he says is absolutely devastated. It's not only family and friends who are mourning Kirk, but so many young conservatives. They viewed him as an icon who encouraged spirited debate.
Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people.
Kirk's assassination has had a profound impact on young conservatives.
And it was just so horrendous. I was very upset.
Like Sam Brown and Blake Reed, students at George Mason University and members of Turning Point USA, the nonprofit organization Kirk founded in 2012.
This wasn't just an attack on Charlie, this was an attack on freedom of speech.
We need to keep having these discussions. We need to keep allowing controversial opinions, and we need to always remember we're all Americans at the end of the day.
Kirk's murder is the latest in a surge of politically violent acts, including 2 attempts on Trump's life last year. Lawmakers in both parties are on heightened alert and canceling upcoming events.
We will not be doing any public events anytime soon until we have a better handle on greater security controls.
This should not be a level of risk for anyone, not for me or anybody, any American.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says he is considering requests to beef up security for members of Congress. As for President Trump, he says he's not concerned about his own safety, but he is worried for the country and that he hopes people respond to Kirk's assassination with nonviolence.
Let me tell you something. We appreciate everybody subscribing right now. We love and appreciate you to 71,238. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to try to slow it down. I think the internet is leveling out. I tried to speed up everything I could because the shit got messed up. I'll be completely honest with you. So I'm going to slow down and recap this. Let's take a look at this for a second, okay? Again, whether you're gay, straight, transgender, in no particular order, I got to say it like that. I want you guys to understand something. I got the utmost respect for you. If you're a good person, I appreciate you. And we're going to have a transgender call into the show. We're going to have a lot going on. So what I want to say is this. The shooter has secrets, okay? And the shooter is now not cooperating. If you're watching live in the building right now, we're going to get to 72,000 subscribers right now. If you're watching live, smack that like button, subscribe. If you're here for the first time, put first time in the chat right now. Everybody's going to shout you out. You're going to see in just 1 second. I honestly believe the secrets that this guy has, that's in his mind, that's in his body, that's whatever, is coming out, obviously. And I do believe, based upon who he's dating, there's an experience that he's having. And why I say that is this. It isn't because he's dating a transgender. It's because anybody out there right now, when you date somebody, whether it's religion, right? I don't care if you're dating someone, white, black, Spanish, you date someone who's Muslim, you date someone who's Christian, you start making changes. You start feeling for the people that you appreciate. You start defending the people that you're dating. You appreciate your relationships, right? You guys with me right now? So in the chat right now, I'm taking a look at it live on my computer screens here. I want to see how you guys feel. Was Charlie Kirk's shooter a Republican or a Democrat? Let me take a look at it right now. And this has something to do with it. A lot of people say, no, it's got nothing to do with it. Okay, there is something to do with it. He was raised a Republican, right? The kid, the 22-year-old kid, we call him a kid, I guess. I don't know. People say he's a kid. He's not really a kid. He was a kid until he turned 18 years old, basically. Turns 18 in college. If you're watching live in the building right now, smack that freaking like button, subscribe right now. I know the internet's having a crazy malfunction. I understand that. And it's going to level out in just 1 second as we work on that. But what I'm saying is this. I'm taking a look at these clips. I'm seeing a lot of transgenders actually saying no. In fact, that he was Republican. He was, in fact, a Democrat. Then I got a transgender stepping up and kind of speaking from the heart, right? Saying, look, we don't know about this guy. Like, we don't understand it. But dating a transgender, that's the question I got for you guys. If that person was 100% against Charlie Kirk or 100% against Republicans, don't you think that if, in fact, Tyler Robinson was a good quote-unquote boyfriend or whatever he was at the time, would actually defend the person that he's dating. I'm just saying, wouldn't that make him, even if he was Republican, to understand that side of things a little bit more? And I think that's exactly what was going on. And I got no hard feelings either way. The point is, and when I take a look at the whole situation, you got to dial into what the emotional experience was. This guy goes on a roof almost 200 yards away and shoots someone who's having conversation, not getting violent, not yelling, not screaming, but opening up conversation. And here's the message I got on here. The message was, well, Brandon, why would he debate with young kids? Okay, here's my response to that. I don't care if you're what you are. The reason why he would debate with young kids or quote unquote college kids, which really was college kids, out on campuses, and then Utah's where this happened. Don't you think if these people are voting, don't you think it'd be important to start understanding what the younger generation is thinking? And I think that's what Charlie Kirk did well. He went out there and he talked and would speak in front of all these people. And doing that, it gives him a chance to understand what these people had in mind. And one guy on my Instagram said, well, don't you think it's unfair that he was talking to people with low IQs? Not really. These people are voting. If, in fact, the world opens up the voting opportunities to younger populations, don't you think it would be very smart for us to understand and people out there to understand how they think and how they feel, right? Doesn't that make sense? And again, we're talking about Charlie Kirk speaking in front of all these people, right? Then you get to the secrets of the shooter, the underlying reasons why he would actually do something like this, right? And again, I spoke very quickly. I'm going to slow it down here because we have a lot of internet malfunctions. Our studio is erupting. Our studio is growing. People are coming in left and right. We got sponsors coming in left and right. A lot of things are happening. So I want to make sure I do this properly on our damn screen right now. And I appreciate you. We got camera angles coming in. We got all different things going on. You can see the studio is expanding crazy because of you. This is happening. Let me just tell you that first and foremost. But what I want to say is this. The shooter had secrets and he's not communicating. He's not working with the FBI. He's not speaking up, right? Let's go to his family's house real quick before we get into it. If you're watching live in attendance right now, smack that like button, subscribe, baby. We appreciate you. Let's take a look at this clip. As people watching right now, and I know we're buffering today, let me tell you something first and foremost, how much I appreciate you sticking in here through the crazy shit going on in this studio. We are expanding crazy. And so I want to slow down. I said that a couple times. I want to slow down and explain things properly. Whether I have 100 people in here or over 3,000 people in here, which we do right now. Make some noise! I understand that people wake up every day opposites, right? I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat, I'm an independent, all this crazy shit. What was he? On the internet, crazy, a whole bunch of shit going on. And people are like pointing the finger immediately. Oh, look at him. He's a shooter. His dad's a Republican. He's a Republican, right? Or no, he's dating a trans. He's got to be Democrat. The reality is, no one really knows how this man is feeling until he starts speaking up. And when they're questioning him, he's not cooperating. It's like, you already did the damage. You already did what you did. Now, in the chat, people are starting to say that reality is it's not the shooter. In the chat, do they have the wrong guy? Do they have the right guy? In the chat, put yes if you think they got the right guy. Put no if you think they did not get the right guy. And the reason why I'm saying this is, let me tell you something. Cat's out the bag. Pictures are changed everywhere you go. You look at one picture, show a guy. Oh, well, his lips aren't right. You look at the ears. Well, the ears aren't right. Then you got people photoshopping, right? All kind of crazy shit. Now I got a clip here. Let's take a look at this real quick.
The suspect has not been cooperating so far. There are a couple things that we can confirm that have been reported. We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family, and so that's part of it. We do know that the roommate that we had originally talked about, we can confirm that roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. So we know that piece. I will say that person has been very cooperative with authorities, and we have additional evidence, forensic evidence that has been processed. We'll be sharing that when charges are filed on Tuesday. So everything that we know confirms that this is the person. The why behind this, again, we're all drawing lots of conclusions, and how someone like this could be radicalized. And I think that those are important questions for us to ask and important questions for us to answer. What we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it. When he found out about it, the suspect has not been cooperating so far, and so we're getting all of this information from family members, again people around the suspect, and then the forensic information that we have, which is confirming everything and more than what we were able to share in that initial press conference.
Can you imagine turning your own kid in? Guys watching, ladies watching, husbands watching, wives watching, different relationships watching right now, watching live. I appreciate you. I see the subscribers going up right now. Can we get to 72,000 subscribers today? And yes, we have a transgender that's going to call into the show. There's a lot going on, okay? And I want to give the utmost respect. First and foremost, I want to be clear with how I do things, and I like to have fun in here. And my slogan is, don't come here and get your panties in a bunch. I would say it because you know how we get. And listen, let me rewind how I do this, because I want you guys to understand something with the utmost respect of white people, black people, Spanish people, trans people, gay people, straight people. It doesn't matter, right? I want to give the utmost respect to people watching the show all the time. That's first things first, because we learned a lot in the last couple days, right? We know there's a lot of shit going on that we might not understand. But people join our show every single day. If you're a Republican in the chat, let me know. Are you a Republican or are you a Democrat in the chat right now? Everyone, Family Guy in the chat on 3. Family Guy, if you're at home right now, say Family Guy on 3 with me. Say Family Guy with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family Guy in the building. We gotta appreciate you so freaking much.
Make some noise!
A lot of people that are watching this show right now, if it's your first time watching, put first time in the chat right now. If it's your first time watching in the chat, put first time. And if you subscribed today, say I subscribed to your show today, Brandon, because we greatly appreciate you. And we understand that there's internet malfunction. If you just joined us right now, we had to fight through this today. It's been out of control with the internet malfunction going on. I got a lot of clips I want to show you right now that I want you guys to understand, to get a feel for what's actually going on and how people are. And there's some things that I wanted to show you that got screwed up. Again, there's secrets that are going on, okay, in the chat. Let me scroll up here. Excuse me. Was the shooter exposed to something? Was there news coming out about the shooter that didn't want to get out? Was it just because the most important topic that we got to talk about, the relationship? Was it because, hey, he was dating someone who he believes that Charlie Kirk talked bad about, right? Does he believe that he got no respect? Was it like, look, you don't respect the lives of these people? Was it because you don't respect Democrats? Was it because you got up there and you debated with college kids? And I hate to say this, and all the subscribers coming. Look at all these people coming in. We appreciate you.
New subscriber.
We had, just so you know, on our show today, we had 5,000-6,000 people here at one time. The internet was going crazy. You guys are making it go crazy. I greatly appreciate you. In the chat right now, what state are you based in? In the chat right now in the building, I'm looking at the chat right now. What state are you based in? Put in the damn chat right now. I want to see where you're based. And if you're watching live, subscribe to this channel right now, because we got a lot going on. And the fact that you guys stuck through the buffering of this shit just goes to show me how wonderful you people are. And I don't give a damn what side of the coin you're on, what political party you're with. I think for the most part, we like good people, right? Like let's be honest. I'm talking to you guys straight up here. I got cameras studio in here. But let's be frank, like man to man, man to woman. We're in the chat and hanging out right now. I believe a lot of us appreciate good people, right? Like the most important thing that we appreciate when we wake up in the morning, you get in the car, you want to see good people. When you take the garbage out or you go to the mailbox, you want to see good people. When your kids go to school, you want to see good people, right? Am I freaking crazy when I say that? Does anybody care realistically? Oh, this person's a gay person, a straight person. It's 2025. Nobody really cares. It's how much are you pushing the agenda on my family? Am I right in the chat right now? Tell me in the chat, yes or no. The reality is this. What are you pushing on my family, right? That's where the conversation comes in. That's where the conversation comes from me. I love and appreciate everybody. I don't give a damn. That's why I got the transgender calling into the show, which I can't wait for. Some massive influencers that are actually transgenders are calling in. We're giving them the most appreciation and the generosity, and them to be able to call into the show, people that call in anytime, how much I appreciate them explaining their story. Because everyone goes through different things. Right in the chat right now, we all go through different things. And the problem is now people jump to conclusions. including myself, right? I'm guilty of it. When someone does something, you're like, wait a second, that's a Democrat. Because you're like, that guy just shot Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a massive Republican. Shout out to you guys. We just hit 71,400 subscribers.
New subscriber.
If you're a subscriber of the show, put an S in the chat right now. And the fact that you guys jumped on here through all the buffering and the shitty going on in this studio. We got a new sports studio, which I'm sports entertainment cast live outside here. You can see. It's a gloomy day here in Miami. I'll just tell you that. It's a gloomy day here in Miami. People watching live in the building right now. It's a gloomy day. But I appreciate it. What I want to get into right now, okay? What I want to get to right now is why is it that we have to be a Republican or a Democrat literally every time we have a conversation? Why can't we just be, hey, I'm looking at this situation here. I don't agree with it or I disagree with it, right? And here's why. We have stereotypes. I had the conversation the other day. I had the conversation this morning. And I know the internet's going up and down crazy. I understand that, and I apologize for coming into the chat for the first time. It's never like this. We have great days, and a couple days here and there, we have internet malfunctions in the building, and they're working on that. But what I want to say is this, okay? Why is it that when something happens, we have to say, that's a Republican, that's a Democrat, right? It's because they have these stereotypes, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now, okay? And this is in no way, shape, or form any kind of hatred or throwing shade or any of that. We have a lot that I want to talk about here in a second. The reason why we do that is because there's a typical look or identity that we see with things, okay? And I'm going to talk about white people right now. I'm going to talk about black people right now. I'm going to talk about transgender people right now. I'm going to talk about everybody right now because we're not singling anybody out. We're just talking in general. And you guys tell me if I'm in the right direction or if I'm saying shit wrong, okay? If you're watching live, subscribe to this damn channel right now. I appreciate all the love coming in here right now. You know, when there's a school shooting, right? I don't think anybody, and I'm being honest when I say it, and I want you guys to tell me in the chat right now. When there's a school shooting, none of us go, I think it's a black guy, right? Right or wrong? Right or wrong in the chat? I don't believe anybody says that because there's a certain type of person that we see that's been doing this. Now, it doesn't mean that they couldn't do it. It doesn't mean that they never did it. But what it means is there's a certain stereotype that happened. That's why we have stereotypes. That's why we judge book by its cover when sometimes we shouldn't. But the reality is when there's a school shooting, that video and that picture of that person looks very, very familiar. It's like we see this a lot, right? This kind of look, this kind of image of the shooter. That was what I had in my mind. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong to do that. Let me be honest. But I am saying, anybody in the chat, did you think he looked any different? In the chat right now, do you think he looked any different? I'll tell you right now, if I could draw the person up, in my mind, I'm like, this is going to be a skinny person and plays video games or like gamer. That's just what I was thinking. Now, I love video games. I play games every day. These same people are awesome people until something goes off, right? And then we get to this. Now, we just talked about a white person, right? They said transgender shooting up schools, white people shooting up schools, right? And then it goes, my car got stolen, right? Or a burglary or gang violence. Then a lot of people would say, oh, they was a black person, right? And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just telling you that we stereotype and we start to identify in our minds things, right? We could be honest people. Don't come here and pretend that we don't all do it. Because right now, if someone said, hey, there's a school shooting, I don't think anybody in the mind is like, oh, and I'm telling you this because I'm being right. I want to be straight with you guys and upfront with you guys every time I have the live stream because I want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? I don't think anybody watching this show right now or anybody last week is like, oh, yeah, I think that was a black guy that probably did that school shooting. Or I think that was a black guy that did that almost 200-yard snipe assassin on Charlie Kirk, right? In the chat, did anybody think that was a black person that did that almost 200 yards on top of a roof, shooting through underneath a tent with a scope and hunting rifle, whatever he used? Right? Let's be honest. I didn't think that was the case, right? But then if someone tells you, hey, your car got robbed, your bike got stolen, or whatever, immediately people are like, oh yeah, that was I think that was a black guy stole my bike. Because these are stereotypes. They don't have to be real all the time, but they are somewhat significant because the stereotype keeps happening and they repeat themselves. Am I right so far in the chat? And you guys know what I'm talking about in the building. I know there's some buffering going on and we're fixing the internet malfunction. And I greatly appreciate you. I know the shit is buffering. I appreciate you sticking in through the whole damn show, knowing the shit's screwed up. And we're fixing it. And if you're watching for the first time today, put first time. If you subscribe today, tell me I just subscribed to your show, Brandon. And I greatly appreciate you because we got live guests calling in. People can call in every single day. And I want to show you this clip because now we're going to get into another conversation right here with the shooter. I'm going to get into another conversation right here that I know it was buffering. So I'm going to show this again, and we're going to talk about this. Was it him dating a trans that was significant in this assassination?
They were. Yeah. He was walking with him.
Were they holding hands?
Yeah, they were. So, yeah, they drove off in his car, the Dodge Challenger.
The time you saw them or this week?
It was about the time I saw them. So
How long ago was that?
I would say about 2 weeks ago.
And so they looked like they were a couple?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was dressed all in black?
Yeah, definitely.
And you thought he was weird?
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
What was weird about him?
Just the way he walked and just the way I've seen him. I've never seen really anybody dressed all in black with a mask on, and I thought that was just quite weird. I would have tried to stop him if I knew it was him, like before. I definitely do not like the fact that he was living close to me.
Holy shit, a lot of people subscribe to the show today. I greatly appreciate it right there in the building. Right now, we're trying to get to 71,500. We need 22 more subscribers right now. If you're watching live, subscribe to the damn channel. And someone said, why do people yell all the time in this? I'm not trying to yell, just so you know. I got a freaking soundboard right here. And because internet malfunction shit going on, I'm trying to talk directly into the mic. And wasn't sure the shit was even working right? To be completely honest with you. Right? You know, I call spade a spade. If you've been on my show before, I tell the damn truth. They got live callers all the time in the building. You can see the whole studio is getting recreated and redesigned. A lot of shit's going on. So I want you guys to understand that. We're talking about the shooter and the secrets right now. So let's get into this conversation now that the internet's at least somewhat working okay. If, in fact, the shooter had a significant change of pace in their life, right? And they're dating a transgender, a man that's transitioning into a woman, right? Or sometimes there's a woman transitioning to a man, which we're going to have on the show. Why is this significant? Okay, I'm going to tell you why it's significant. Charlie Kirk spent a lot of time talking about certain things he believed in. And he believed there's a man and there's a woman, right? He didn't believe that a man could be a woman or a woman could be a man, right? So that's number one. He spent a lot of times on college campuses talking about that. And then the shooter, this takes place and people are like, oh, what kind of shooter could do that? And I can tell you right now, I don't know any black guys that can do that. Now, I do know in the military, there's some black guys that can do that. And I'm not stereotyping, but let me tell you the truth right now. I'm biracial. I'm white and black. I've been around a lot of people. And let me tell you something. All my black friends, none of them can do that shit. I'll tell you right now. But I do got some white friends that I believe can. I'm just saying right now. So it's just a thought. It doesn't mean that the other race couldn't do it. It's just, hey, let's give some credit where credit's due. Us white people know how to shoot a gun, right? Am I wrong in the chat right now? White people know how to shoot a gun. Black people, how they show up? Shooting sideways, gangs. Now, there are black people out there that are very good with guns. I'm not saying that. But we got to talk about the overall population when we go into this conversation. You know, when you take polls, you can't poll 5 people walking down the boulevard. You got to poll a lot of people. And I tell you right now, this guy had some training. He was raised as a Republican, right? But was there a shift, right? And that's where over 2,000 people in the live, and I know there's 5, 6, 7,000 people at one time in the live, and it's been crazy. If you're watching live in the building right now, smack that damn like button. By the way, speaking of that right now, because I haven't checked all this shit because the internet was buffering today and screwing me up. Let me take a look at it right now. Over 180 likes on the chat. Can we get 1,000 likes right now? If you double tap your screen right now, pop up. If everyone double taps the screen and hits the like button right now, I'll give $1,000 out to a lucky person in the chat right now. If we get to 1,000 likes right now, next minute, I'll give $1,000 out to a lucky person. And the reason why I want to do that, more importantly, is A, because you guys are engaging in the show. But more important than that, we had a shitty start today, people. We had a shitty start today with the shit buffer and all that. And you guys stayed here through all this, and that's important to me. And I greatly appreciate you for that. So what I want to talk about is this. When I listen to people talk about this shooter dating a transgender, Republicans are like, yep, there's that giveaway. We know what's going on now. What do Democrats say? Most Democrats say. What do they say? That has nothing to do with it. You tell me. Charlie Kirk walking around saying that, you can't be a man, you can't be women, you can't transition, or want you this or that. And then this guy's dating a transgender and he goes up there and shoots Charlie Kirk from over almost 200 yards away on the roof in Utah University. And people are like, oh, that's got nothing to do with it? It got something to do with it. It got something to do with it. Let's take a look at this clip. So I came on here today. I had a lot of shit to talk about. I had tons of clips to show you, and I got more about to show you right now. But I had a way better approach to the show today. And if you're stressed out at home, do what the hell you got to do in your personal self. Don't push it on nobody, right? Do what you got to do, make yourself feel good, but don't push it on anybody. Don't hurt anybody. Don't cause violence. This man got up there and over almost 200 yards away, shoots Charlie Kirk. And you know what I heard? I read something online, and I also saw some stuff. You know what happened when this happened? They said his daughter was looking to run to him when she heard the shot because she was scared. Do you know how goddamn sad that is? And then people said, oh, no, they weren't there. The kids weren't there. And, the kids weren't. Oh, by the way, in the chat, someone said 200 yards. Yeah, I put 200 yards. Amanda, thank you. And people say, no, it wasn't 200. It was 178. But so I use almost 200 or more yards away, right? And what they said was, if you're listening to the chat right now, I greatly appreciate you right now. What I want to say is this. When I have a daughter, and when I heard his daughter was trying to run to him when she heard the gunshot because she was scared, you know how goddamn shitty that feels? You guys are watching live right now. In the chat, do you know how sad that is? Your daughter, that young, hears a gunshot. She's looking for her dad. Middle of the night, my daughter wakes up in the morning, runs around, she gets scared of stuff. She's in her bedroom. She comes looking for me, right? Dad. She's scared. And I'm her protector, right? In the chat, you know what I'm talking about? I'm her damn protector. I know I've been buffering today. I know shit is acting crazy in the building right now. We're trying to get this lined up because the shit's bullshit that it wasn't working right in here. I'm actually going to go complain about it in a second in the building, fix this damn internet. When you guys come and show tomorrow, you guys go, oh, shit's working. Got live callers calling in. Got to get the shit working properly. But I'm her protector. And when I wake up and I see her, I'm so proud of her, right? I'm so proud of all my kids. But there's certain points in your life and moments now that you know that Charlie Kirk is not going to be in her life or those kids' lives, right? And that's a sad, sad thing. And here's a message right here before he died. Let's take a look at this real quick before I dive into the next thing you got to hear.
Die? If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered? I mean, if I die? Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life. If I die?
If everything completely goes away, how do you want to be remembered?
I mean, if I die?
Everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important.
You know, when I heard that, he's so direct, right? And a lot of people in the chat, some people say he's a racist. So people said, no, he's not a racist. And, I told you the other day, I said, I don't know if he was. I would say no. And I do believe a lot of things that he says I agree with. There's certain things I would say differently, of course. Certain things that you would say different than me. There's certain things that my dad or my mom says that I would say it differently. Even if we have the same, we have the same understanding or we believe in the same things, we might say them different, right? Donald Trump, he's got a lot of great things people love, but they might not like how he says certain things, right? And so I would argue the fact that Charlie Kirk could have said things sometimes in a different manner, like when he was talking about DEI, when he was talking about, hey, when they give black people an opportunity that they would have chose a white person, but they have to have a certain percentage of black people to have to be in there because of DEI. And they have to have X amount of black people to be hired. And it's a great thing. On paper, it's a great thing. Bringing people together, bringing white people, black people, Spanish people, wherever they're from together. We got to hire those people. Let's bring it together. Let's diversify what we do. It's a great thing, right? But then when you force people to hire certain people and you bypass other people, he was saying, and he made a good point. He said, look, you got a basketball team out there and you choose to hire or sign or draft these other white guys. You're like, you just bypass these black guys knowing that they're better because you had to fill a quota. And he said, that's why he doesn't believe in it. And he said, when I get on the plane, if I see a black pilot, this is Charlie Kirk's message. He said if he saw a black pilot, then he would say, are they qualified? And you know what? I know what he was trying to say, but he didn't say it right. And I think Trump does that sometimes. And here's why I say he didn't say it right. Here's a better way of putting it. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. If I get on a plane and I see a pilot on there, and I know that DEI is forcing people to hire people trying to diversify, I would get on the plane and say, look, I hope that everybody that on this plane is qualified, number one, all the way down to the stewardess, right? All the way down to the guy who's in the aisle seat. It's like, hey, would you mind when this plane is, I'm just playing, that you're going to make sure that you take care of this aisle seat. Are you willing to help? Who gets that quick? Who's in the chat right now, got in the aisle seat, was so excited about the aisle seat, and said, hey, are you willing to help in the event of emergency? I'm like, hey, look, I didn't get on a plane for this. I get on here. I'm trying to get where I'm going. I need some leg room, right? In the chat right now. Who's with me right now? I need some leg room. If something happens, what are you going to do? You're going to save your kids, your wife, your family, yourself. That's what you're going to do. Everybody else is next, right? If you can help someone, a fellow person on the plane, a woman, a man, elderly, whatever, you're going to help everybody if you can. But the reality is you took that aisle seat because you wanted to get more leg room. I'm not qualified. They didn't show me how to open that damn door, right? I didn't get on the damn plane and said, Brandon, here you got to do. I don't know how to open it. I think you just push and twist or use powerful. You're going to be thinking of a whole bunch of shit if something ever happens, knock on wood, right? And so what I'm saying is we say things, we feel things different. And I think that everybody can agree that Republicans and Democrats, we do have a lot in common. We all want to be protected. We all want to be safe. We all want kids to go to a good school. We all want to make money. We all don't want to get crushed on taxes when we make money, right? Even though Democrats would raise the interest rates and raise all this stuff at times, and we're like, what are you doing? But the reality is they don't want to pay that shit either. They want to try to figure out ways and loopholes to not do it too, right? If I'm right in the chat, put yes right now if you hear what I'm saying. And then you look at the situation and you go, okay, Charlie Kirk, did he have it coming to him? Was it his fault? In the chat right now, was it Charlie Kirk's fault that he was assassinated? Did he take it too far, right? Or was it, hey, I'm giving freedom of speech here. I'm showing up. And I know what I did? There was a short that I uploaded to Instagram. And I said, this man gave people a voice on his platform. And I know we're buffering right now. People in the chat, I know we're buffering right now. If you guys are watching live in the building, I know it's buffering. It's going to fix itself right now. But what I'm saying is this. Charlie Kirk gave people a chance to speak on his platform when you wouldn't even have a voice. You're going to go post on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Twitter, formerly known as X right now by Elon Musk, or your Facebook and all that. You're going to go do all that, but who's going to see it? Nobody. You go on Charlie Kirk's platform and you go out to that college campus, guess what's happening now? You're actually able to talk. And that voice that you gave on there was recorded and it was clipped, and it was live streamed and it was set up where people can say stuff. And he would ask you questions. And so I'm going to show that clip right now that I want you guys to see some of these debates right here, which we're going to, by the way, when we have a transgender call in here in the week, I want you guys to see something. Take a look at this.
Thank you for your time.
If I just happen to be pregnant.
Oh, well, you don't happen to get pregnant. It's not like getting COVID.
I know how it works. I know how it works.
You don't get the flu.
I know.
How about this? You take responsibility for your orgasms and stop eliminating people smaller than you.
So you're saying I should carry a baby and ruin my collegiate life?
How about this? Instead of saying ruin, first of all, babies are a blessing. Stop talking at them as if they're some sort of annoyance.
I will have to drop out of college.
Number two, if You play certain games, you win certain prizes. If you're going to go have sex,
So you're saying I should drop out of college to support my child instead of supporting my life?
I'm saying if you're going to engage in coitus, in the practice of having children, you might end up with a baby. So know that. And guess what? You don't need to have sex before you get married. It's not like showering. It's not like eating.
Are you married?
Yes, with 2 beautiful children.
Wow, good for you.
I could tell you're not married.
Yeah.
And so speaking to guys on campus, girls on campus, yes, they're not as smart as Charlie Kirk, right? So the Democrats, and tell me if I'm wrong, the Democrats would argue, hey, why was he dealing with college kids when he could debate with older? He did debate with older people, but the college campus was important. Why? Why did Charlie Kirk focus on turning points? Why did Charlie Kirk focus on dealing with college campuses? Because these same people on college campuses are able to vote, right? So he wanted to get out there and make sure that they understood what he had to say, and he gave them a chance to talk and debate so they could learn. They weren't forced to go to these debates. They weren't forced to go out there and listen. They're not forced. He just said, look, let me ask you some questions. Let me see how you feel about it. And guys, let me tell you something. As I get ready to wrap up in just a minute, I greatly appreciate you watching the show today. I know a lot of people, it was buffering today. They're fixing the internet connections. They're fixing everything. Without you, there's no show. So I greatly appreciate you first and foremost.
Make some noise!
And as we approach today, I'm taking a look at the clip here, almost 200,000 views today. And I know there would have been thousands and thousands and thousands of people in here at one time. If you guys are watching the show right now, smack that damn like button. Make sure you subscribe, because as we fix this, we're going to have live callers calling in, and we're going to talk about this as much as humanly possible. But I want to make sure you guys understand we do sports entertainment every single damn day, right? But I want to show you this clip right here. This is people mocking and laughing at this. Take a look.
Bye, Charlie Kirk. Like you said, people getting shot and killed for the Second Amendment is so worth it. I never thought we'd agree on anything. Bye.
I just wanna be part of your
Live by the sword, die by the sword. He did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights. Congratulations to Charlie Kirk for becoming the new poster child for gun awareness and violence.
I know that kids, maybe even college kids, they do dumb shit. We've all been there. We do dumb shit. But to see women or men that are in their 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s mocking this is just showing you that we as people are screwing up. I don't care if you're white, black, Spanish, Republican, Democrat, skinny, fat, tall. I always say this, trans, gay. I don't care what you are. We all want good people around us, right? And sometimes we all need that push for encouragement. Sometimes we all wake up on the wrong side of the bed and shit goes bad. We're like, you know what? I need a little bit of help. And some of these people probably were put in a position where they didn't have that help, or maybe they didn't have that person to turn to, or maybe the shooter, tell me if I'm wrong right now, the shooter might have been dating this person, this transgender individual, and wanted to go to talk about it maybe. And maybe that dad was so Republican. Maybe that dad was so MAGA. I don't think the shooter was. In the chat right now, you're just joining us today. Over 1,300 people in the chat. We keep going to 4,000 or 5,000 people in the live stream today. The internet was going crazy. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching for the first time, tell me in the chat right now, watching for the first time. I love and appreciate you. Subscribe to this damn channel. There's a lot going on. And because you are live every damn day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. But what I'm saying is this, and we see it going up, baby. We're trying to get to 72,000 as fast as possible. We see what's happening. But don't you think if you dive deep into the situation, don't you really believe Charlie Kirk's shooter had a lot going on in his mind, right? And he's not participating. He's not participating right now with authorities.
Elaborate on that and be more specific.
Well, sure. So that information comes from the people around him, from his family members and friends. That's how we got that information. Again, there's so much more that we're learning, and so much more that we will learn. There will be official charges will be filed on Tuesday, and there will be much more evidence and information available then. And again, we're interviewing all kinds of people, everyone that knows him, and trying to learn more about what that motive actually was.
Well, some outlets are reporting that the suspect lived with a transgender partner. Is that accurate? And are investigators looking at this part of his life as a possible motivation?
Yes, definitely. And yes, I can confirm that. I know that has been reported, and that the FBI has confirmed that as well, that the roommate was a romantic partner, a male transitioning to female. I can say that that he has been very cooperative. This partner has been incredibly cooperative, had no idea that this was happening, and is working with investigators right now.
And how is that relevant to the investigation when it comes to the motive? Are you learning that?
Sure. Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out right now. Again, it's easy to draw conclusions from that, and so we've got the shell casings, other forensic evidence that is coming in, and trying to piece all of those things together.
You said that the roommate is being very helpful. Has that individual explained to law enforcement what the mindset of the shooter was and whether or not it is connected to his ideology or his situation as transitioning, as you just described?
I'm not sure about that piece right now, Dana.
Okay, so we're not sure if the fact that he was romantically involved, as you say, with his partner who was transitioning is relevant to the motive of the murder based on the investigation.
Well, sure. Again, all of these things we're trying to figure it out. I know everybody wants to know exactly why and point the finger, and I totally get that. I do too. And so I just want to be careful, as I haven't read all of the interview transcripts, and so we'll have to wait and see what comes out.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We should all be careful. I guess just because that's out there are a lot of people drawing conclusions, and so I'm just trying to get as many facts as we can glean from you, since you have been involved in the investigation. And on that, the social and gaming platform Discord released a statement saying its servers were in no way involved in Tyler Robinson's alleged plot to assassinate Charlie Kirk. But it did say there were, quote, communications between the suspect's roommate and a friend after the shooting, where the roommate was recounting the contents of a note the suspect had left elsewhere. Can you tell us about that note that the shooter left?
So I can't yet. Again, those are things that are still being processed for accuracy and verification, and will be included in charging documents.
Okay, so but the note was found, or the content of the note is known by law enforcement?
Again, I can't share any specifics. They're looking at everything right now.
Understood. I just want to go back to my first question about what you told the Wall Street Journal about that this is a person indoctrinated with leftist ideology. And the reason why I think it would be great to be more specific is because your goal of trying to lower the temperature, you said that this is based on investigation and interviews with people who knew him. Did they just use the term leftist ideology, or did they give specifics?
Yeah, there are conversations that were discussed specifically about Charlie Kirk, other conversations about the direction that this was going. And look, my job is just to tell people I really don't have a dog in this fight. If this was MAGA and a radicalized MAGA person, I would be saying that as well. If the friends were saying that, I would be sharing that as well. That's not what they're sharing. And so I do think it is important, again, to understand how someone gets radicalized like this. And in this case, it happened. As much as people wish it wasn't or don't want it to be this, these are the facts that are being presented to us. If there are additional facts that would point otherwise, but family discussions, parents, this is what they're saying, and these things happen. And so it's okay to have these discussions.
Listen.
I appreciate you guys all listening to that clip. I want to let it play through because, you know, trying to cut up what he was saying and what she was saying, I want to make sure that was fully out there for you guys to see. If you're watching live in the building right now, we know there was a lot of buffering and a lot of crazy shit happening today. We're going to work on that, obviously, with the internet connection and the difficulties of that. And I apologize for that. That's all being adjusted. If you're watching live, smack that damn like button, subscribe right now. There's tons of people added to the show today as we hone in today and move up. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers to the show. We are actually have a lot of members and a lot of sponsors. And I want to take this time right now. I'll be live tomorrow morning at 10, and we're going to try to fix all this. But I will tell you this, Black Crest, if you guys haven't seen it, I got the gear I wear every single day. Black Crest, get on that website right now. You can use Brandon15 as a discount code. It's gear. It's amazing gear. And by the way, I get no money from that. I'm just saying it's a sponsor of the show. The Brandon 15 is a discount for you to go on the show, or go on the website, and you can use it. And usually go on here every single day. Okay, and I always do pinned messages. When you guys come to the show, I pin a whole bunch of messages all the time so you guys can see what's going on. But I apologize that what's happening in here is because of the issue with the internet today. I had to do things a little bit easier. Because of the sake of the shit that was going on. I couldn't even connect to the internet this morning in our building. You can see here, give you guys a chance. If you just joined us today for the first time, there is computer technology components and all kind of shit going on here. I want you guys to understand there's a lot going on. And so because of that, the building had a malfunction with the internet today, which they are working on diligently over the next few days. It should get better. Make sure you join this channel, subscribe to this show if you like sports entertainment, if you like live call-ins, calling into the show. We have this week, we have athletes, and we also have a transgender calling into the show. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to do a full episode and segment of hearing what a transgender has to say about the shooter, the belief of the shooter, the dating scene, and also, more importantly, what it's like to be a transgender and how the experience is walking around. I think it's important to talk about. So we're going to have several of them call into the show. I think it's important. We greatly appreciate them, first and foremost. There's no hate on that. It's understanding that we are different in this world. And I wear a red jacket, and yes, I voted Republican, and people know that. But I have to wear a blue jacket at times to show, look, I don't care what color you got on. This is about the reality of people, man. Like good people deserve good things, right? Bad people deserve bad things. And so right now, I know one thing in the chat right now, all Republicans and Democrats, we all know one thing. We all appreciate good people. And I appreciate all of you coming to the chat today and hanging out with me during all the shitty buffering and stuff on our show today. So all love to you as I sign off today. Make sure, and I see some people in the building right now, leave a message right now. Let me see. Tenfold Cat in the building. How you feeling? Jennifer, Doc, Nathan, Pimple Mama, Candy. Listen, all the moderators. Lala, we appreciate everybody coming to the chat right now. Brittany, Vaughn, everybody in the building right now. Doc, how you feeling? Leave a message right now in the chat. I want to shout you out. And again, today I had a lot that I wanted to go into even more. But we're going to save that conversation for tomorrow morning just because of the simple fact that we had a lot of buffering and shit going on today. I greatly appreciate you. Without you, there is no show. You guys make this wonderful. And yes, our show's expanding. We have big time networks reaching out to us and asking us to do some amazing things. We are going to do what's right by the show. We're not going to sell out and do something crazy. We're going to make sure that we give back to everybody that comes in here on a daily basis. All our moderators, we greatly appreciate you. And all of our beautiful people in here right now that come into the building right now and subscribe for the first time. Thank you. Watching for the first time. Thank you. I will always pin messages all the time on our show so you guys can see. The problem is I couldn't do that today only because of the crazy malfunction of the internet, and I had to rush, and I was talking extremely fast because of that. All love to you. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Smack that like button right now, and I will see all of you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And here's the message I got for you. I should have said it when there was all those people in here. If we get in the chat, 100 people before the countdown even starts. Really simple, guys. Get here at 9:55. If we get in here before the show starts, come at 9:55 Eastern Standard Time, 100 people before the show starts, I'm giving out some money right away when the show starts. I got to do that. Why? Because I love and appreciate you. Join the Brandon Mason Show. If you have Instagram, go follow me now. Send me a direct message. I will message you back right on my Instagram right now. If you have TikTok, add me on there. I will message you back. I appreciate all you guys watching our show, and I appreciate it. And as we get ready to sign off right now, the last few people that want to subscribe right now, I can see your names popping up on the screen. If you subscribe, I see your names. I thank you so much. I see your names popping up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to start putting them on the screen so you guys can see you subscribe and you guys can be a part of the action. All love to you. Have a great rest of your Monday. I'm hoping tomorrow the internet is rocking and rolling, so we got no issues. All love to you. Be here tomorrow at 9:50 or 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. The countdown starts at 10, and tomorrow we're going to be rocking and rolling. All love to you. See everybody tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day.
$99.99 for all